Here's the disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Do your due diligence and invest at your own risk. You can lose money.
What's up, everyone? My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. Welcome to Crypto Plunder, where there will be no champagne sipping, crypto pumping. I can only give you the real in the crypto world. Today is January 18, 2018. Hope everyone's feeling better. The market is doing some things. We're going to talk about that in a minute. As you can see by the topic, we're going to be talking about decentralization and how it's going to affect everything. But before we get into that, let's look at the news. Bitcoin backing firms feel crypto crash pinch. So there's going to be with the funds, a lot of people are short selling. Some short sellers made some decent money. There might be a squeeze. What a squeeze is that if you're short selling a position and you're in when you're short selling, you're expecting the stock to go down and you're making money as it goes down. Now, if you say it was going to go down lower, so let's say some people think, oh, it's going to go to 8,000, and then it starts rallying. Well, if it starts going up, well, you're now losing money and you could be squeezed out of the position, because if it goes too high and it gets to the point where it's not going to cover it anymore, well, your position will be liquidated and you will basically lose money. But that means people are going to have to buy the assets back, which causes the market to go up because people have to buy it. So if people think it's going down and it goes up, it's going to go up even higher because the guys that are planned for it to go low got squeezed out. Right? So that might happen, especially if they think if they short after the especially if they think their shorts are going to last past the first week of February, because we're getting ready to go back into a run until the March dip. So there is a dip in March. Plan for it so that you can buy it. Are we out of the woods yet? We'll see. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's jump through this fast because I got a bunch of stuff to do. China's Alibaba says new peer-to-peer platform is not crypto-based. Don't care. New York Stock Exchange parent firm and Blockstream create a coin market cap for Wall Street. That's green news. Gaming blockchain. That's BS. Let's see. Crypto ruble back might be here in 2019. This is when we're going to have government-sponsored cryptocurrencies. I'm actually going to talk about something in a minute to show y'all something that's happening in the business space. I'll show you. I actually just saw it a minute ago. Added it to our Flipboard. Let's see. Bitcoin. So this is green news because we know that's going to happen. Bitcoin futures contract expires at 10,900. Winner for bears. So if they thought it was going to go there, they won. If they thought it was going to, if guys are going to think it's going to go lower, then they might get squeezed out of their position. So we've got some contracts that are expiring. Green light for crypto market gets back on its feet. We know that. South Korea government officials accused of crypto insider trading. See, I told you these guys are trying to buy in on the back end. Oh yeah, we're going to put out that we're thinking about shutting down cryptocurrencies. We're going to put some rules to ban it. Let's buy it while it drops. And I've said this time and time again, that they'll put the bad news out so they can buy in. They cannot, will not, shall not be able to stop what is happening. And I'll go deeper into that. That's part of decentralization. You cannot stop what's about to happen. It is an implausibility, not an impossibility, but an implausibility. The reason why I say it's not an impossibility is because it's not impossible, because if you get if you're in something like China where you have the Great Firewall, you could pretend that could be blocked. You know, you could be blocked. But to tell people who are in free nations that, oh, you can't mine Bitcoin and we're going to ban Bitcoin, it's an impossibility to do that. You just can't do that. And then as, okay, you can't ban, oh, you're going to ban Bitcoin, then you're just going to hurt Bitcoin. People are going to move other places, especially when you're dealing with proof of work, proof of stake. Moving from proof of work to proof of stake. That is happening more so this year. So, not surprised on that. Green news for us, because that means they're stacking their crypto, right? St. Louis Fed sees future in crypto as important asset class, Bitcoin as digital gold. Y'all know I've already said you cannot think of this as digital gold, because if we're on platforms where we earn the currency for doing actions, writing content, you got to think of it more like royalties. So if you're thinking of this as royalties, then it'd be no different than being like a musician, right? Or being a writer, right? So it's an impossibility for you to say it's gold, because last time I checked, I can't really earn gold. So you can't treat it as digital gold since we can't earn gold, right? So that puts the bullet hole in that one there. Another fudge string, JP Morgan, governments will ban Bitcoin. As you already know, I already said it's an impossibility for them to ban this. This is technology that will be and is unbannable. And you can't shut it down for your country. If other countries are doing it, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. That's like saying, oh, we're going to ban oil. Okay, so let's stop mining, or let's stop fracking for oil then. Oh, no, we can't do that. So as long as they're able to make money, they can't say they're going to ban something. So don't pay these idiots any mind. They're just fudding out because they want to do exactly what they saw South Korea do. So don't pay them don't pay them any mind whatsoever. Let's see. Poloniex. This is great news because I don't like Poloniex anyway. GDAX starts Bitcoin Cash trading. People are angry about the focus on Bitcoin Cash being there. Guys, get over it. They're not going anywhere. It's going to cause for some innovation. I don't like the fact that what Bitcoin Cash is trying to achieve and thinking that they're going to be the Bitcoin. You're not the Bitcoin, but it is what it is. We'll see who plays out, who innovates faster, who's going to innovate, where are people going to see the revenue. People will go where the money's at. So I don't focus on this. I focus on whether or not the business is delivering on its promise. Is it delivering on keeping itself ahead of everybody that's coming into this field, other developers that are developing things that are necessary utilities, right? If you read the book, you know that. Startup wants to bring blockchain remake for webcam. Oh, that's sponsored news. Don't care. U.S. bill seeks to fight terrorist use of cryptocurrencies. Okay, how many bundles of cash dollars are floating in the hands of terrorists right now? Stop it. You can't do this. That's not going to work. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance appoints first executive director. They might be getting their stuff together. Got to look at who's the director. Where does he come from? I haven't read this article, so I'll look into it. Proof of work explained. Don't care because we're going to proof of stake soon. Critical Monsieur Bitcoin appointed head of French crypto regulatory task force. Gray news. Don't care. So for me, I see a lot of green news. So green news, as you know, equals green day. Let's take a look at the market. From the last time, we're up to 573 billion to 583 billion since the last time I've refreshed my browser. A lot of things are up. What's not up? One thing's not up in the top 100 coins. So looks beautiful. Looks like a beautiful day until you look at this. All right? So we're looking at our chart, and on our chart we can see we're still in the red for the week. So don't get gassed when you see a day like this. You can semi be happy, but look at how far things had dropped. We are still down for the entire week. A down week is a down week. when you average it out over the week. So one good day makes no good week. All right. But we already touched that line that we said. There's no real bad news right now to say that this is going to pull it down any further. I'm wondering whether or not we're going to actually hit this February weakness next week. I don't know if we're going to hit. I'm assuming that the end of January weakness. I don't know if we're going to hit it. If we keep having some decent news, it might keep it above the water. The BitConnect fiasco did not pull the market down any further. I mean, cats are back in, so I'm not really too worried at this point. We may see some weakness. Remember, we're still looking at February 2nd. This is in 2015. We're looking at January 26th. That was in 2015, right? We have January 25th over here. Some weakness in February right here before a March dip. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's look here. We had a little web. This was the weakness we had in the beginning, January 23rd. So next week looks to have a little weakness. Maybe. Then we've got some weakness here on the first week of February. Then we do a little run up before we're waiting for our next major dip, potentially to be sometime in the beginning of March, right? So last year, I think it was here. Let me just move this out of the way a little bit. Yep, right here. We've got the first week of March, a dip here. We've got 29th to the... We have one on the 29th, so round about the first week of March, the last week of February. So last week of February, first week of March, we got a little dip there. And then we're looking at the first week of February. But we also got this March 16th right here, March 23rd. So there's roundabout, it looks like it's changed. So we're looking for a dip somewhere in March, if the pattern holds. Right? So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be looking for news that might change, that might pull it down around that time. So it seems like these guys are quick to put news out right around the same time so that they can make the market do what it wants to do. It's almost like they're systematically doing it. So like I said, just look for dip sometime. We're looking for a dip in March, our March dip, and we're seeing whether or not we're out of the woods for this dip in January and the first week of February. If we can get past that, then we should be on a run till the March dip. Okay. Some news. If you go to the Toxic Hustle Flipboard, some news that we've been keeping an eye on. If we go to business. I guess just pulled some new news. The fact that Japan is dumping U.S. treasuries, right? A lot of countries are starting to stop buying our debt. That's going to put pressure on our dollar and lower it. So do I want to trust our dollar? Not really. Do I want to trust the technology in which I can earn? Of course, that's smart. We work smart around here. All right. So let us get into what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the fact that the world is going to systematically change with decentralization. All right. Distributed economy. So if you let a bunch of people out of a job, you let them go, what's the alternative for them to earn income? Well, of course, they can go find another job in their field, and hopefully there's one there. But if their field is consolidating, like let's say if you were a graphic designer, and then now every time somebody graduates, there's a new set of designers on the market, well, then over time, you're going to be oversaturated in a specific field. Then either you need to find another field to get into, like then become a web designer. And then you need to maybe find another field to get in, maybe like a web developer. Then you may need to find something else because you can't go any higher than that other than developing more applications, but you wanted to design, so maybe you get back into doing video. What happens when automation mixed in with the fact that there's a graduating class coming for your job maybe twice a year? So like summer, they graduate right before summer, people graduate, and then after summer, people graduate. So you always have 2 classes coming for your job every single year. And then you have automation on top of that that's reducing the need for those jobs. So what do? And if you don't believe that it can happen to your business, ask stockbrokers who used to work on Wall Street, that used to wear those smocks, and they used to sit there and buy, sell, and throw paper in there and all this other stuff. That place is just about empty. Like, they do tours there now, like what we used to do. Trading is robotic now. But you don't have to listen to me. Let's just go through some of the news we've aggregated through our Flipboard in different sectors of this market, right? So let's look here, and in this, we're going to talk about this article talks about 3 web giants that could be decentralized on a blockchain, right? Now, eBay, that sounds like easy. That sounds like an easy situation for a distributed economy to destroy it. I think there's BitBay. So there's already companies that are out there that could easily destroy this in the distributed economy, right? So if you're able to create something that a marketplace to shop online, buy and sell and ship stuff. Well, wasn't that what they were talking about with the Silk Road? So eBay is easily something that could be destroyed by decentralization, or could benefit from decentralization, lower their costs for infrastructure. They could do a lot of different things with their business model, but will they innovate? They might be too top heavy for this, and somebody might come in and destroy them, or they're already here. It depends on whether or not we are researching to find them. Let's see, who's the next one? YouTube. We've already talked about this in other videos. YouTube can be decentralized. There's Flixo and there's DTube that's with Steam on the Steam platform. So there's already people gunning for this. In this article is talking about it. I'm shooting from the top of my head because I know this stuff, right? So then you look at Apple Music. We talked about this in the last video as well, talking about streaming. That streaming could be decentralized and artists could earn income from listening to music. From playing their music, for being an artist, and people could potentially earn for listening to their favorite artists. So this is going to disrupt the marketplace of just how music is handled in the future. Record labels are they're not going to look the same anymore. And if you don't believe me, you go back in time and see how many studios were around in, say, early 2000, and then look to see how many studios are around now, as far as major recording studios or major record labels. Consolidation, right? So this is definitely going to change, be disrupted by the business of decentralization. So I talked about let me see, this is the potential right here is for decentralized / centralized apps. We're going to need some of that right now. If you think about it, if you have a .com, a .net, there's really no way for you to sit your website in the blockchain at an enterprise level yet, right? But that's going to happen. First, there'll be hybrid, where there'll be somewhat of a central repository, and then there'll be the mirroring that happens until it's 100% decentralized, right? We're going to have this hybrid first. Then after the hybrid, we'll move into fully decentralized apps once the scale and the software is written properly. So this means that when we deal with apps, what happens? That means that could be a change in the gaming industry, right? Because when you needed to distribute a game, of course, you as a game developer need to find somebody who would be a distributor for you. How you're going to get paid through your game was through the distributor. So now video games, the entire gaming industry, the entire app industry could turn on its head. Even when we say apps, we're talking about applications. So even applications that we're installing on our desktop could change, right? So this is the first step of changing the business model of the software industry as a whole. And they're talking about this already. I talked in another article yesterday. I talked about in the future we'll be looking at a distributed. We needed the need, or in the future, AI needs an entire distributed network so that it has all the processing power to actually be intelligent. Because right now it's sitting on these small machines, or even just a network or system of machines, and the cost of maintaining all that and the technical prowess and everything else is just too cost restrictive. Now, here it is. This is Berkeley, and they're working on Ray, a distributed system for AI. It's coming. When I'm talking about these things, it's not me shooting air out my butt cheeks. It's me understanding that I've been studying this business for a long time in different fields, not just cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies were recent, but I've been studying AI. I've been studying databases. I've been studying programming language. I've been studying design. I've been studying music. So I've been studying different industries to see how technology was going to potentially pivot and shift. Well, this begins the shift. And you see this article is from January 9th, 2018. Again, this will be in our magazine in our AI section. Potential job destroying rise of automation. If this is a conductor for an orchestra, as you can see from the graphic image, it's in an orchestra room, and it's in a it's in a concert hall. He's got the little stick, and it's able to be a maestro, right? So this is what we're going to deal with also, is that AI not only is building cars, it's not only building in the future homes. It's actually started, they already do 3D printing of homes. So what happens when it starts getting into the music field and starts doing music or doing graphics, and if people think it's too far away, Google's new text-to-speech AI is so good, we bet you can't tell it from a real human. So when it speaks, the AI is able to do the tones properly so it doesn't sound like a robotic speech pattern, that it has inflections, that it has a natural feel to it. So what would that do to, say, voiceover actors, cartoonists that need voiceover work, or not cartoonists, but voiceover people that are doing cartoons, people that are doing commercials? We won't know if it's a human or if it's a robot, and that would and they could do it perfect every single time, over and over again. Well, soon, do I really need the stress of a prima donna person? I could pay almost nothing and have my own voice team to do all of my shows, right? We're getting to a place where more and more people will be phased out of jobs, not just technical jobs, but also creative jobs. And okay, well, that doesn't affect me. Okay, well, look at this. This is from the CEO, the former CEO of Apple. This is Scully, John Scully. He used to work at Pepsi, then worked for Apple before Steve Jobs got fired, and then Steve Jobs came back, and the board got rid of Scully. He says, the rise of robots, there won't be enough work to go around. People know what's coming. It's not hard to see. We've watched these movies. If you look at the Jetsons, ask yourself a question. Spacely Sprockets, George Jetson, and an AI ran the entire business. Where were the rest of the employees? And then Spacely Sprockets, of course, had a competitor. His competitor had a George Jetson type character and had his AI. So basically, an industry was controlled by 4 people and 2 AIs. So we've got to look at, this is where it's headed. They warned us years ago. Now we're starting to see that. We're starting to see this transition happen, and we need to prepare ourselves for when we're in a world in which you're going to need to be creative for a while. Then we're going to need to figure out how we're going to make money without selling stuff or being I guess you would say an employee. The world without employees. You're starting to see it now. If you look at Fiverr.com, Elance.com, Upwork.com, you're starting to see the freelance economy begin to happen. When you attach those types of websites with a cryptocurrency, you have a brand new business model, right? Think it can't happen to music? It's already started. AI has been creating music and the results are weird. Yeah, it's weird now, but there's an entire plugin or entire system that they're working on, not available to public yet, but you can say they made a Beatles song. Like they took a bunch of Beatles songs and the artificial intelligence algorithm pieced it all together and created a sound-alike song that was built from AI. So producers, music producers, be on the lookout, because your job, they'll take your job. AI will take your job. While people are worried about immigration, like when you see the ridiculousness that's happening, immigrants are taking all our jobs. No, that's the bamboozlery. Robots are taking your job. Automation is taking your job. And I know this because working for Citibank, I wrote robots. I wrote automation programs to do my job. And once I was doing that, and I was getting paid to do it. So don't think it can't happen. It's already happening. And this was as of December 23rd, 2017. How blockchain could soon upend America's power markets. Talking about smart grids, electricity, energy, distributed, decentralized energy. Talked about that too, right? These smart homes are going to be, your home is to become a battery. And you're going to sell some of that energy back on the grid. Your products will be validating transactions. Transactions being validated will equal currency in your pocket. You will get loyalty points to be able to maintain your energy usage and consumption. Right? If you're a homeowner, you better hold on to your property. There's no new land. Conversion into these new smart grid properties is going to happen. So don't think it can't. Like I said, Bitcoin is energy. We're watching this rise. And if they do not innovate, another company, another technology will come in, because the system needs power to be able to maintain itself. And that's when you're going to deal with AI, virtual reality systems. Virtual reality workplaces, augmented reality workplaces. It's coming. Regardless of whether or not you want to believe it, it's coming. What I would rather you do is to prepare your business for it. What does that mean? When I say, is your business prepared for decentralization? Businesses that weren't prepared for the internet disappeared. Like we're watching retail disappear. How many retail outlets can't fill? They can't they can't beg a customer to come in, and that's with coupons and sales. I don't care about sales at any location. I don't even care about that, because the fact that I can just get it shipped to my house, the ease of use of that just makes it more beneficial. I don't care about trying to get the best price, if the best price is pretty much at the best price. You know, since they got to be competitive price wise with everybody else that's selling online. And Amazon's the king of making sure that their prices are the lowest, or they'll match, things of that nature. You know, Walmart's trying to keep up. So we're going to notice more and more businesses shutting their doors. There are many federal, I don't want to say, there's many people that work for the government. That's better. There's many people that work for the government that have no understanding of what Bitcoin and blockchain is. I keep pointing to Steemit. Again, I don't pump coins because I'm not telling you go buy it. I'm telling you to go earn it. And in the future, I'm working right now I'm getting set up with the Brave browser and try to figure out how we can earn BAT tokens, basic attention tokens. So again, earning, not buying anything. How do we earn? Come up with business models where we earn our currency. The thing is that you can't say that this is gold. This doesn't look like gold. And there's going to be more and more businesses that get on the chain and decentralize and are brand new community-based businesses. That's never been seen. Understand, decentralization means community-based business models, right? This is a community-based business model. Everybody who is signed up to Steemit can earn from being part of the community and contributing their content and earning royalties, percentages when somebody upvotes or whatever. All right? That's not gold. That's not platinum. That's not palladium. I know I hammer this in the head to death, but when I hear somebody says, what's the value of fill in the blank? Right? What's the value of this, that, and the third? Well, the value is, what does it do? How does it earn? How do you earn? Who's in charge of the business? How transparent is it? What are the long-term prospects? Do they have a roadmap? And are they executing and delivering on their roadmap? Right? No different than any business in the world. But the difference is you're earning with the business as the business is growing, rather than trying to buy a stock and hold it and pray that you don't have an idiot as CEO. You'll know because you're using it. That's the difference in what we're dealing with and what everybody else who's running in and out of the coin speculating on price. We don't speculate on price. And during this entire dump of revenue, if you look at the entire market let's go over the short term. Let's not do the long term. Let's just say over these last few months, right? Let's just say right here, we're in January 17th. So it was $5. It went and got as low as 2 and change. I want to get tighter on here. There. So it was up here January 3rd, right? Then the market took the tumble and has been tumbling down. So we were in the 7s, almost, let's say 8s. Then we came all the way down to the 2s, or upper 2s, lower 3, and then we bounced back up to 4s. So while the entire market took a drastic long-term tumble, this platform maintained almost an even base because people are starting to understand that this is a publishing platform. And as long as that platform is over the US dollar, what does it matter what the price is? Because I am not buying the coin to speculate on it. I am using the service and I am earning with it. Get it? So this is why we've got to look at how whatever they're trying to do in your government, my government, whatever they're trying to accomplish, since they don't understand, and they're saying, if you hear them say it's digital gold, it's like, no, this is royalties. I'm earning royalties. So where does this fit in your model? You already have a model for royalties and it's already working, which is I earn my royalties. And when I earn my royalties, because they're saying, oh, when you trade, I'm going to tax you on each trade up and down. Well, that's an impossibility. If I'm earning and I'm not watching it every single day, well, I don't know when I earned at what price point it was because I was earning it. And it's not mapped that way. So your business model can't work. Right? And then you're going to have to do that with every publishing platform on the planet that gives any revenue incentives for writing content, and you're not going to do that. So since you can't do that, you can't put that on me because you want to tie this into a technology, into a stock. It's not a stock. It's the future of a distributed economy. And the first version of that was validation of transaction, decentralized validation of transaction via Bitcoin. Then after that, if Bitcoin adds a programming language on top of it, whenever it gets there, well, then it no longer fits your Bitcoin as gold model if I can write an application on top of it. And that application is managed by an artificial intelligence. That artificial intelligence is not going to be filing your damn taxes. Or if it's earning because we're staking, then if I'm earning and I'm earning interest on staking, or I'm earning rewards for using a software, you're going to tell every video game company out there that if they're offering a reward for anything on the planet, the customer has to file taxes on every single reward they earn? No, you're not going to do that. Because Lord knows when we have our lobbyists in place, we could go tell them to, well, I got to keep it clean on this channel. But it involves a big stick in a very small place. Right? So we don't deal with their dreams on what this is. We deal with the practicality that in the future, with everything that I just showed you, in the future, our economy will be decentralized. They need the problem that every government will have is that automation will devour manual labor, will devour transportation, will devour parts of the creative process. I'm a music producer, and I already have AI that works for me in my mixing process. Don't believe me? There's a company called Isotope. They have a mixing program that's AI driven to mix, to master the new Ozone. I think Ozone 8 can master, and you can take reference tracks and you can master your songs closer to that. It's cutting out so much time, but it's democratizing music as well. There's going to be more crap on the airways, but there's also going to be now some good music from good artists who just didn't have a team of people to work with them. You don't need anybody to believe in your craft anymore. You just need to craft now. You need to get on YouTube and learn. How do I fill in the blank? How do I use this software? How do I use this recording software? How do I use this to mix? How do I master with this software, like with Ozone 8? You can do that with Photoshop. How do I mask out images? Programming. How do I write code in PHP? How do I design a website? How do I use WordPress? Guys, get your skills together outside of what you're used to and comfortable with, and start putting some practical application to your use case of your skill set. What business are you in? Because you should be minding your own business. Get off these damn reality shows and get off the stupid crap that you're wasting your time with. Stop it. Put time in your work. Put time in your lessons. The people that are most successful are the ones that are learning new things to make themselves relevant in the next 3 to 5 years. So if you know what's coming in the next 3 to 5 years, which is there will be no jobs, you're probably going to be working from home. And you're probably going to be getting most of your revenue, most likely, from your own work. And that's why I respect what we're doing with East Coast Crypto. The East Coast Crypto community, East Coast Crypto started with the Discord chat, right? Getting people into Discord and chatting. Now we have our community there. Then we started training. Kevlar Sensi was training us on how to do trading. We still have our boiler room to do trades and everything else. You can learn how to trade. And now we're getting into our own community-based coin, right? Where most guys in crypto, most companies would start with the coin and then try to build a community. He started with the community, then created an economy, like, hey, we're paying for training and lessons. And now we're working on the coin. Like, I'm already going to get ready to start doing due diligence reports, and I'm going to be paid in the community coin. I'm going to charge a reduced rate for the due diligence reports. And from those due diligence reports, you'll be able to buy better coin or investigate on your own, do your own research. And if you decide to invest in those coins or earn from those coins, then so be it. But I'll be charging in the community coin a reduced rate, or you could still buy it with BTC. It'd just be marked up by 10% or 15%, whatever it's going to be, because the coin it fluctuates and varies so much. But I'll wait until we get an exchange before we get into that. Meantime, between time, you'll see the due diligence reports in our community come out, like light versions of it, while I work on the format. And then I'm building a due diligence team. That's one of the reasons why I put the book into the community, right? That is one of the reasons why, if you click this pin, this Value Investor's Guide to the Crypto Galaxy that I'm giving away for free, learn it, live it, start doing your due diligence. And if you're really good at what you're doing, and you're good at what, and you can work on reports with me, this is an economy where people are they're not going to want to spend that time. People got jobs, but they want insights. That's something that we'll work on. But we'll earn our coin from our community by delivering value. All right? So, if you're not in the East Coast Crypto Discord room, make sure that you click on the link below in the description and join. Make sure when you do get to the Discord, you see that there's going to be a welcome screen. You're going to want to get to the subscriptions, right? You want to subscribe. So you're going to go to eastcoastcrypto.com, contact one of these guys, and get your subscription tag. And this way you can get into our value investing room. Over the next few weeks, we'll be starting to get more and more active. I want a full-fledged rollout in March 1st, where we're going to start doing our due diligence, because that's the dip. Remember, I talked about the March dip. So when Bitcoin drops, altcoins tend to come down with it. So prices are going to be, sales are going to happen again. Of course, that's if the dip happens, if it maintains the last 2-year pattern that we've seen. All right. Notice what I'm talking about. Our community coin, Civitas, I'm talking about earning it, not buying it. By work. So make sure you join the East Coast Crypto community. Lots of great people here. If you enjoy the content, YouTube has basically sent a memorandum to all YouTube people that contribute, content creators, that says that if we do not have 1,000 users, that we will no longer be monetized. Now you see there's some monetization on the videos that I do. That money is little of nothing, but it's enough for things that are necessary that I'm doing for the business to be able to offer more value. It helps be able to do other things for the community. So subscribe, not only to myself, subscribe to East Coast Crypto. His link is in the description below. But make sure you subscribe. But it's not enough just to subscribe. If you really want to keep updated for your business and for your crypto livelihood, you need to hit the bell for the notifications. Because if you're not being notified, you just won't know. All right. So if you want to get notifications, I would suggest you hit the bell. Make sure that you subscribe. The more subscribers, it makes it easier for me to do more content. I don't have to run around so much trying to do other things. I can keep delivering more content for you. So subscribe if you would like to get more content delivered for you. The more subscribers that we get, the more it alleviates the need to scramble around and do a lot of different projects, right? What I would like to do is cut back on the projects and deliver more to the community, right? So if you would like to get better information, get more timely information, subscribe. There's a reason why you see the videos are like once a week or sometimes twice a week. It's because I've got other businesses I got to run. And if we get more subscribers, I can minimize the amount that I have to scramble. All right. So subscribe and click the bell. Last but not least, and I always like to close out with this, our mantra in 2018, Bitcoin is accepted here, or the crypto of your choice is accepted here. Start earning your crypto. Stop buying your crypto. You're looking for platforms. Get the book. You're looking for platforms that can help you earn. One of the ones that I'm looking into now, I'm not set up completely, is, again, like I said, the Brave browser and the basic attention token. I'm starting to notice that on other YouTubers' pages now. And that means it's getting ready to get mass adoption. I like to as Gary Vaynerchuk says, I like to day trade attention. And when I see something like a Philip DeFranco on YouTube begin to talk about Brave browser and the basic attention token, that right there tells me what's about to happen. And that's not, oh, let's run to the bank and try to buy some. That's, hey, is there a possibility for us to earn? And how do we earn? We earn from our content. And people that want to support as it gains more adoption, people will support by just watching your video and giving you a percentage of that. And then you take that basic attention token, transfer it over to Bitcoin, and cash out. So we're starting to see feasible usability in just being a content creator. It's not ready yet, but that's going to destroy some of these businesses. Right? So that's what I mean by decentralization is going to destroy a lot of businesses. Start earning now. Start earning. Because when the industry shifts, you will be sitting on currency that has appreciated. You'll be sitting on interest, technological interest that would have appreciated in value. Stop treating this like it's cash. It's not. This is the future baseline of a business model that is still in its infancy, still in its early infancy. So what I'm going to do is cut that out right now, and we're going to I got to get back to work. I want to thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch the videos. Thank you, those of you that have been in the chat room, that have watched the video, like Mercury, Chaotic Apollo, thank you. Brian, I appreciate the fact that you have read the stuff, so I'm appreciative to everybody that has taken the time to check out the stuff. Like I said, I'm in the chats, I'm in and out, I'm working on a few projects for the community, so I want to thank everybody. Let's keep moving forward. If you're not a part of the community, please join the community. I was outside of the community, say, till August. I was just a guy that was online learning more about crypto, and now, you determine your level of involvement. Fight Club rules. So join the community and find your niche within it. All right? So thank you, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.